Hey guys, you might be wondering, what are you doing? To be honest with you, I'm kind of wondering the same thing. Very unscientific and unconventional way to test a tractor's loader lift capacity, but since I got this new Holland Workmaster 40, I've always wondered if it's really able to pick up the amount of weight that it's rated for. You know, that loader, the 140 TL loader, is rated for 1,500 pounds of lift capacity, but that's rated at the pin. So, you know, 99% of the time, guys are gonna have a load out forward of the pin, which means you've got significantly less lift capacity. Typically, it's about 25% less when you get out there, for example, on the pallet forks like this. So you figure that out there, it should have about, what, 1,000 pounds of lift capacity. And I've just always been curious whether or not it would really pick up that amount of weight. So I decided to use a couple of items that I just had laying around, just because they have known listed weights on them. And the tractor picked it up very easily. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, right down here at the pin is where the loader is rated for. But you've got the quick attach, which has some weight to it and also pushes you out forward of the pins. And then you've got this backrest for the pallet forks, which is 125 pounds. And then you've got the forks. And then this ATV, which is 625 pounds. And it has the snow plow on the front, which is at least a 50-pound snow plow. So for some extra ballast, I put a 50-pound bag of dog food in the back. So I've got about 725 pounds of weight on the forks right now, and the backrest plus those two forks goes about 300 pounds. So I'm right there at 1,000 pounds forward of the pins, and this 140 TL loader picked it up no problem. Didn't even act like it was straining, to be honest, and I don't want to pick my ATV up very high, obviously, but it felt to me like it would have picked this load up as far as I wanted to take it. So 1,000 pounds forward of the pins, which is 75% of the listed rated weight capacity of this loader. No sweat for this thing. So that kind of puts my mind at ease. I mean, like I said, you just never do really know. You read all these specs in the manuals, in the brochures, the salesman talks about it, but you just don't really know until you test it. And it's good to see that this thing actually has no trouble picking up that amount of weight. I mean, you also have to consider that the center of mass of this ATV is pretty far out. I mean, you see some tractors that have a listed weight capacity at 500 millimeters forward of the pin, which is what, about 19.5 inches, which would put you out about right here somewhere. Well, the center of mass of this thing is like twice as far out. So, you know, for it to be able to pick up this amount of weight with such ease, and like I said, it's pretty impressive actually. And like I said, I know it's kind of silly to throw your ATV and a bag of dog food on your pallet forks, but like I said, it's just the stuff that I had laying around here that I know how much it weighs, so it just made it easy to do this test, you know. I didn't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of sandbags for no reason. So this did the job just fine. And like I said, it just kind of puts you at ease, because now I know what the tractor's capable of. You know, I've got that attachment on the back for some extra ballast and fluid in the tires, and I picked up 1,000 pounds here, and the rear of the tractor didn't get tipsy at all. So now this spring and this summer, when we go to do actual jobs, you know, I'll kind of know what it's capable of, and you know, how far I can push it before it starts to get squirrely. So it's just a good thing to keep track of and know. I guess I better set the old girl back down again now and put her back on the ground where she wants to be before something gets torn up. But anyway, just a little impromptu test. I really like these Titan implement pallet forks. I think I mentioned that in a video around Christmas time. One of those attachments that I didn't really know what I would ever use them for, but it's ended up that we've used them for several different things actually. They're really handy. So good thing to have around the place. I really need to go in there and clean out the barn, because what would be really nice is, you see how the trailer is getting really weathered. I even put a coating of paint on the floor and it just weathered really quickly this year. We've got some implements that just sit out in the weather all the time, which isn't really good for them. So it would be nice to be able to get some of this stuff in the barn. I don't know how much of it I can fit in there though. It's just a 30 by 30 barn. So what would be really cool is if way back there in the corner of that field, if we could put up, say, a lean-to or a shed or a canopy or carport or whatever you want to call it, some kind of it's just a roof structure to keep the rain and the snow and some of the UV rays off of this stuff. That would really be handy and would help us to prolong some of our investments around here. That might be a good summertime project. What do you think, Tucker? He doesn't care, he just wants us to go out there and throw a frisbee and play. See Toby down there? I bet you he's got the frisbee already. So yeah, like I keep saying, this Workmaster 40 from New Holland, great little compact tractor. I mean, it's got enough machine weight and enough power to do a lot of different tasks around your property. And you'd be surprised what a tractor of this size will actually do. So if you're in the market for a compact tractor, you should give these a look. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tractor back up now though, guys, and see what else I can get into tonight. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. It's got that fat stance now though, doesn't it, Austin? Fat stance. Good for hillsides.
You're right over there.